Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the network programming and we are going to build the TCP client and server using the Rust standard library. No frameworks, no external crates and no async, just the fundamentals. By the end of this video you will have the clear understanding of how TCP communication works in Rust and also the data flow between the client and server. Before we write any kind of the code, we need to understand what exactly the TCP actually is. And TCP stands for the Transmission Control Protocol, and it's a connection-based protocol. If you want to need any kind of the data, if you need to send data, you have to establish the connection first. Also, we have to see that where TCP fits. For that, we have to look the OSI model. As you can see on my screen, this is the OSI model. I'm not going to teach the networking basics. So the OSI model, when we do the network programming, we only focus on our main focus is on the three layers. The layer 3, which is the network, and the layer 4, the transport, and the layer 7, the application layer. So the layer 3 network layer is responsible for the IP addresses and routing. Layer 4 is for the transport, how the data will be transported. So TCP lives here. TCP works at layer 4, and the 7 is for the application layer where we write our code. For example, the like HTTP or FTP. So let me move this screen here. And before writing our own client and the server, I want to show you the very powerful terminal utility tool called the netcat. If you are on Linux or the Mac, you might heard of it, or maybe you have used it. So netcat basically provides you to create the TCP client and server without writing any code. Let me show you the example for the netcat. When you are going to create the server using the netcat, you have to use the NC, and L is for the listen, and we are going to pass the 787. So now we have created our server. We need another terminal for the client side as well. We are going to say the localhost and 787. Now I am going to send the message from the client to server. As you can see, you will see the hi in the server. Now hello from the server. So the client got the message. So we are going to build something not exactly netcat kind of thing, but exactly something related to the netcat, and we are going to create the TCP, a simple TCP in the client and server. Let me exit this first. Okay. So we are going to create the new cargo project. Probably, I think the TCP demo is fine. And okay. So this time we are going to create. First, we are going to create the lib.rs file for the shared and reusable code. And let me create that lib.rs file. Okay. So for rs part. Okay, so there will be the address which we need. The address will be like the IP address with the port, and we are going to use in both files, both files, like the client and server part. So we are going to create the public const, and we will be saying the server address. The type will be string slice, and it's 127.0.1 and port will be 787. Okay, so we have created the server address. Now we need the two functions for send message and read message part. So for the first, we are going to say that send message. This will return the IO and result. Okay, and the params will be stream, which will be of a mutable TcpStream, and a message will be of string slice. Okay, so we have the stream. Now we will be using the write all method, and just to let you know that the data over the network will always be in the form of bytes. So if you are writing data to the TCP, writing over to the TCP, or reading data from the TCP, it should be in the bytes. So messages in string slice, we have to convert it to bytes. And now we need the stream.flash to write it and return the OK, nothing else. So this send message function is completed. Now we need the another function called the read message, and this will be turning the result but the string, and the params will be only one param, which will be of the stream of the mutable TCP stream. Okay, so now we are going to read the data from the network over the network. So for that and also that obviously the data will be in the form of bytes, so we need some kind of the buffer for that. Let's create the buffer first, and all the buffer starting values, initial values will be 0, and the buffer size will be 512 bytes. Now let's say we have the variable n, and we have the stream. We will use the read method, and what we have to pass the mutable buffer here, and for the last part we are going to pass. So now we need to return the string, and we have the data in the form of bytes, so we need to connect it to string by using the from UTF-8 lossy. And what we need to do, we have to pass the buffer here, start from the beginning to the end, and also we need to convert it to string. So our lib.rs file is completed, everything is done here. We don't have to open it again, we don't have to write anything else in this file. So now let's create a folder in the source called the bin, and inside the bin we are going to create first we are going to create the server.rs file. Okay, so we have the server.rs file now. So for the server part, what we are going to do now, first we are going to create a function called I think it should be a run server, will be fine here. This will return the result. This will not accept any kind of the params here. So first thing, we need the listener. For the listener part, we are going to TcpListener, and we will bind it to the server address which we have created in the lib.rs file. We need to prompt the user that server is listening. Listening on, okay, and the server address. So now we have the listener, we have prompt the user. We need the loop for the continuously listen to the connection. So we have the server, there will be many clients which trying to connect to that server, so we have to continuously listen for that connections. And for that we need to create the for loop, and we have the listener, and there is an incoming method. And now we can check for the stream by saying the OK part will be a stream here. And what we need to do, okay, so we have one server and there will be multiple clients, and there is a chance that multiple clients can connect to this server at one time. So we need to handle that by using the thread. So use the thread and the spawn for handling the one thread will handle the multiple clients. And what we need to do is the okay. So now we need some kind of the method. I think we can say that the handle client, and we are going to pass the stream to this, and let's say this will return the result. So we can easily store in the if let error, okay, and if there is any kind of the error, what we need to do, we just simply print okay, error connecting, or we can say that what will be the proper error. You can say that error handling client and pass the here. Okay, and for the error part, what we are going to say, we are saying that connection, or we can say that failed to connect, and use the, and why we are getting here, I think we have missed the semicolon, not only semicolon but also the OK part. Okay, so we are good. So our run server function is completed. Now we need another function called the handle client, which we are going to create. Also, I'm getting the error. I think it should, let me first handle client, and this will return the no result. Maybe this error will gets resolved, and let me make some room here, and we are going to use the stream here, which will be, I think, yeah, mutable. We are passing the ownership of the stream, so we can say that stream will be TcpStream, not listener. Yeah, we have to use the TcpStream here. Okay, so for now, we in the run server we don't have any kind of the errors, and we can easily work on the handle client part. Okay, so for the client part, first thing, the server need to know about like the address of the client. We can say that peer address will be, we have the stream or peer address. Okay, and we just print a new, we can say that new connection from, so this will be peer address. Okay, so the new connection, so the client connected. Now client will send the message, and the server part will read that message. Okay, so for the read part, the data will be in the form of bytes, so we need the buffer again. Started from the 0, 512 bytes will be good. And now user can type anytime, and there are multiple users, there will be multiple users which can type anytime, send any message. So for that we need to listen continuously, so we need loop here. For the first part in the loop, I think we can say that we have the stream and we are going to read it, and we are going to pass the mutable buffer here. And the first thing will be, okay, let's say the user or the client press the Control C to terminate or disconnect it from the server. We are going to test client, we can say that client is connected, and the client will be peer address. Okay, and we have to break the loop, I think. Yeah, we could, or I think we don't need to break the loop. Okay, so for the end part, we have the, now we can say that we have the received, and we have the data in the form of bytes. We need to change it to from by using the UTF-8 and we need to pass the buffer again, starting from the beginning to the end. Okay, and just and received from, we can say that, and data will be read it from here, and we can say that receive, and also we can we should have make it trim as well. Okay, so now we, as a client, send a message, we have read it and displayed it to the user. Now from the server part, we are going to send the same message again to the client, so the client knew that I am connected to the server. For that part, I think we can say that we have the response, and we are going to use the format macro, and let's say we have the echo, and we can say that received. Okay, and what we can do now, we have the stream, we can write it all, and the response will be as bytes. Okay, also let me check for the write all, anything else in the write all to handle it, or okay. There's nothing to do with. So let's write the error part first, and we can say that, let's say we got the error, and the error will be I think what the proper will, I think it should say that we are reading from the client error. You can say that error reading from the reading from this, and also we can say that we have the peer and we have the error message here. Now also we need to return the E. Okay, so let me first return the OK part. So we knew if we don't have any errors here. So break, and why I'm getting the error for the return time. Maybe there is an, yeah, okay, there was no at the end. And why I'm getting this error. Okay, so I think our handle client is completed, our run server is completed. Let me create the main function, and we can say that if let error, and for the error part we can say that run server, and what's the proper message for that? We can do that. Also for the, we can say that process will be exit with the 1, and okay, so we have the, I don't think so we have any kind of the error here. Okay, so everything is done. Let me remove all these extra lines which we don't need. Also we can say that easily the proper error will be server error, and we can say that. Okay, so our server part is completed as well. We have our main function, we have our run server function, main server called the run server, and run server will have the handle client, and we have passed the stream. And for the handle client, I think, yeah, everything is completed. Okay, so now let's create a new file called client.rs, and okay, so for the client part, again we are going to create the function called the run client. So we'll return the result. Okay, so we have the run client function. First we are going to count the user prompt the user with the message like connecting to the address, and we are going to use the server address. Then we need the mutable stream here, and we are going to use the TcpStream, which will have the connect method, and we are going to pass the server address here. Okay, and we need to print the saying that connected, and type message or control plus C to exit. Okay, and from okay, so we have the connection or not connection, or connecting to, I think, yeah, connecting to, it should be a connecting to this address, and connected type a message or control C to exit. Okay, so the user will type any message. For that we need to get that keystrokes. For that, first we need the standard input, and standard input will be imported, and for that I can say we can easily say that line in std in dot log dot lines, and let's say we have the message will be okay, and if message is the let's trim it, and then it's if it's empty, then we just simply have to continue it. Otherwise we have to call the send message function, which we have created in the lib.rs file, and we are going to pass the mutable stream here, and also the reference string slice of the message. Okay, and we have sent the message to the, now the server will respond back with the message, and let me save this and first check for the server.rs file. Here we have response from the server, and okay, we can say that let's say we have the response is from the read message, and we are going to pass the mutable stream here. Okay, we have the mutable stream. We need to print that like server message will be response dot, I think we have to frame it as well. And for the okay part, okay, so I think our run client function is completed, and we have sent the message to the server and got the response from the server as well, and printed to the user. So now let's write a main function here. Let's say we have the main function, and we can say that let if there is an error, okay, then what we need to do, run client function, we can say that client error, and what can we do, we have this standard process, and we will exit one. Also I think we can message it client disconnected. Okay, okay, our main function, and we don't have any kind of the error in the run client. I think, yeah, we are good to go now. We can easily test it. Everything is completed. Let me first check for the server file. And here I have mentioned the, okay, and the client, but I think we can easily say that client error. Okay, so let me test this. Move this to TCP, and we can run our binary by saying that server. Okay, so yeah, we got the server is listening on 127 is a IP with the port. Now we need another terminal from where we are going to connect with the client with the server. For that, we are going to use the again command with the cargo run bin with client. Okay, so connecting to, yeah, and connected, type a message or concurrency. So our client is connected to the server. Now let's type a message hi from the client, and as you can see, we have received from the client address and message hi from client, and on the client side we have the server echo response from the server with the same message. Now let's create another client. Okay, and let's try to connect from this client as well. Okay, as you can see on the server side, new connection from the different IP address, now with the different port, same IP with a different port. And let's say hello from second client. Okay, the server got the message hello from second client, and also the response back to the second client. And let me press Ctrl C. So I got the message client with the IP and the port disconnected. Also, let me exit this. Now can disconnect the second one, so the second one be disconnected. As you can see, the ports are different. As you can clearly see, this is the different port, this is the different port. And let me exit this. Okay, so this was our TCP, simple TCP client and server code, and I hope you guys learn new things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will push the code and attach the link in the description so you guys can test it. And see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.